All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this month's Vendor Spotlight webinar featuring Voxx Electronics, sponsored by Protective Insurance. I'm Tom Kim with Roadz, provider of the platform powering the Protective Insurance marketplace. So vehicle issued violations impact commercial fleets in numerous ways, which used to be seen as just a cost of doing business. However, the high severity of violations combined with high accident rates have resulted in a dramatically sharp rise in the cost of fleet insurance, as well as increased FMCSA interventions, high CSA severity points, issues with driver retention, and more, all placing a heavy burden on fleet owners. During this webinar, you'll learn how Voxx has reinvented the wheel with high-tech solutions for your fleet, designed to significantly reduce the risk of accidents caused by moving violations, and to arm your fleet with tools to improve overall driver safety to eliminate these costly risks. To kick it off, Harry Stork from Protective Insurance will share a few thoughts, followed by a presentation by Bill Simmons and Mike Lavelle from Voxx Electronics. We'll wrap up this session with a quick guide on how to view Voxx's solutions on the Protective Insurance marketplace. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen, and we'll address all questions at the end of the session. Now over to Harry.
Thanks, Tom, and thanks everyone for joining. As we look at our claims and see the severe accidents impacting our clients and our portfolio, over and over, we see much of it attributed to speed, to side swipes, unsafe lane change, all things that would be, as Tom said, moving violations, speed and directional. So we're always looking for strong partners to help our clients manage their risk and offer technologies that can help minimize exposures from these very critical categories. And in Voxx Electronics, we have a great partner on our marketplace offering multiple solutions, but I'm keen to learn more about the speed governing as well as the blind spot detection, because we see a lot of exposure in those areas. So with that, I'll turn it over to the folks from Voxx, and I'd again like to thank everyone for joining today.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for taking the time to join this webinar today. As Tom mentioned, my name is Bill Simmons, Marketing Director at Voxx Electronics, and I'm here with Mike Lavelle today to talk with you about some of the safety products that we have for heavy-duty and fleet trucks. Now, as Tom and Harry both mentioned, I'm with Voxx Electronics, but the brand name, sub-brand of Voxx Electronics that we're going to be talking about today is Rostra Accessories. So I wanted to start the presentation, if I could, by just giving you a quick background on Rostra Accessories, where the company comes from, and then we'll dive into some of the topics of the products that we have available that, again, will hopefully help to increase the safety of your fleet. So with that said, I'll queue up my PowerPoint here. Make sure my controller's working. Okay, there we go. All right, so again, today we're talking about Rostra Accessories. Wanted to give you a quick background of the company as a whole. If you don't know the name Rostra, one important thing to keep in mind is it's been around for quite some time. Rostra started business in the late 1980s as an offshoot of the electronics manufacturing division of the Dana Corporation. Most people that know the Rostra brand name know us because of the development work that we do with cruise control systems, and in the past, some of the work that we did with repair components for automatic transmissions. In 2014, Rostra kind of took a bit of a headfirst dive into the heavy duty and fleet market by acquiring a company out of Newark, New Jersey by the name of Vehicle Safety Manufacturing. If you know the name VSM, it's probably from the company's lighting products, mostly for trailers and of course turn signal production that the company does. We purchased another LED lighting manufacturing company in 2017 out of Jacksonville, Florida. We sold off a division of our company in 2018 to the Marmon Group, a division of Berkshire Hathaway. And then in early 2020, Rostra Accessories was acquired by Voxx International. And as of this time, Voxx, via Rostra, is now the only aftermarket manufacturer of cruise control and speed limiting products in the automotive aftermarket. With that said, I just wanted to go over some of the topics that we'll be talking about today. First and foremost, as Tom and Harry mentioned, is the add-on speed limiting systems that we manufacture, our radar-based blind spot detection systems, our Trailer Connect camera systems for trailers, and in-vehicle mobile video recorders, DVR systems. To get things going, I wanted to start talking about our hardwired speed limiting systems. So the systems that we manufacture here under the Rostra brand name are plug-and-play systems that connect directly to the accelerator pedal of most vehicles. The device that we have, which I'll get to pictures of in just a second, installs on the vehicle, and once it's installed on the vehicle, the driver of the vehicle cannot modify the speed limit setting in any way. Now, most of the systems that we offer have typically an hour to an hour and a half installation time. We do the work to read the CAN bus information on the vehicle so that we can develop custom software packages and firmware packages that get written to the modules themselves. We have 4 standard speed limit settings, those being 65, 70, 75, and 80 miles per hour. But of course, we can program the modules that we have to limit the speed of the vehicle to whatever the fleet owner would prefer. So looking at some of the equipment that we have, the 3 items that you have on your screen right now are basically what comprise a speed limiting system for us, an add-on speed limiting system. Down at the bottom, you of course have the control module with the firmware to it, which controls everything. You have a custom accelerator pedal interface harness in the top right-hand corner. And then in the top left-hand corner, you have the basic power input harness that goes to this system. So those are the 3 main components that go into any speed limiting system, and showing you this picture just to show you how simple the kits are. Now, the benefits of the speed limiting systems that we offer are, again, the minimal installation time. They give fleet owners peace of mind while the vehicle is out on the road. Speed settings, again, not modifiable by the driver in any way. And the unique thing about the devices that we sell is that it's a one-time purchase. The system that we sell, once you install it on the vehicle, there's no subscriptions to telematic suites where you have monthly or annual fees that are due in any way, shape, or form. So once it's installed on the vehicle, it's done, and the speed of the vehicle is limited. Now, moving past our speed limiters, I wanted to talk about the radar-based blind spot detection systems that we have for the heavy-duty and fleet trucks. Typically, radar or add-on blind spot detection systems have been the domain of your classic passenger vehicles and your small SUVs. A big problem with adding blind spot detection system in an aftermarket way to a vehicle is, especially the trucks, is the metal that's on the back of the vehicle. With your passenger vehicles, of course, you have a plastic bumper cover that the sensors can hide behind, but on a heavy-duty truck, we had to take a slightly different approach. And what you see on your screen here right now is our part number 2501930. This is the complete blind spot detection system that we offer. Instead of having sensors that actually mount behind the bumper, we actually have surface mount sensors that can mount on the side of the vehicle. So the sensors we have an adjustable high and low range. They function for the blind spot both in overtaking when the driver is passing a vehicle, and likewise when a vehicle is coming from behind to overtake the driver. And not only does this system do blind spot detection, but it also does rear cross traffic alerts. So that's when the vehicle is in reverse, the sensors both on the left and the right-hand sides are looking for traffic that's coming from either direction to alert the driver if there's a vehicle approaching from the side where there's low visibility. Now, the system itself can use GPS signal to detect when it needs to arm itself and when it needs to disarm itself. And that's something that the installer can select to be on or off. And then once installed, really the only pieces that the driver interacts with are 2 little LED pods that mount in the A pillar of the vehicle. And then of course the system itself gives you the visual alerts by those LED pods illuminating, but also has a speaker built in as an extra warning to the driver. So looking at the picture that you have here on the screen right now, again, these are surface mount pods. They are external. They mount to the side of the vehicle instead of being hidden behind a bumper. The sensor itself has the sensor built into it, but it also has a red reflector built into it. So it gives a little bit of extra safety there as well. And again, the LED pods are mostly what the driver will interact with when the vehicle is in motion. This is what one looks like on a standard passenger vehicle. And this is what they look like when they're illuminated and when they're not illuminated. So when the system detects that there is a vehicle in the blind spot itself, it will illuminate. You can tie the system directly into the vehicle's turn signal so that if the driver activates the turn signal, but there is something in the blind spot, the system will give them that extra audible warning to let them know, hey, there is something there. Now, the system that we have comes with 15 feet worth of length on the main kit, but we also offer these 15-foot extension harnesses that can actually be daisy chained if you've got a vehicle that's a little bit longer. And moving past the radar blind spot detection systems, I wanted to talk a little bit more about our visibility systems, that being our Trailer Connect line of camera systems that you can actually add to a trailer. So to start off with, Trailer Connect is a heavy-duty line of harness applications that allows somebody to add 1, 2, 3, or 4 cameras to a trailer. Now, it helps to eliminate blind spots, of course. You can use the blind spot detection, but the Trailer Connect harnesses, of course, give you that extra visibility of what's actually going on around the vehicle. And the Trailer Connect systems that we offer are sold on an a la carte basis, where a fleet owner or a fleet manager decides how many cameras they want on the outside of a trailer. They select the harnesses, they select the cameras, and then they select the proper device to watch the video while the vehicle is in motion. And I'll get to the video display units in just a second. So what you have on the screen here is the harness kits that we offer that allow, again, somebody to add 1, 2, 3, or 4 cameras to a trailer. So camera mounting ideas on a trailer, of course, you can always do a camera down either the left or the right side to increase visibility in those blind spots. You can also have a camera on the back of the trailer. And not only are these cameras external to the trailer, but we also offer options for interior cameras. So if a driver of a trailer wants to monitor what's going on inside of the trailer, they can, of course, do it by installing one of our low light visibility cameras on the inside of the trailer too. So what you're seeing right here is just a typical hookup of a trailer camera system. You have a plug that looks very, very close to what most drivers would recognize as the same plug to hook up the lights on their trailer. And that's all there is to it. It just screws right in, and once it's connected, it's ready to display video on the screen that's in the cab. So again, those are the 4 kits that we offer for the trailer camera systems. Now, you have a variety of different display options with the Trailer Connect systems. If there is already a pre-existing monitor in the cab, it's highly likely that we can tie our system directly into that. But likewise, under the Roster brand name, we have 3 different monitors to choose from that not only allow you to watch one video signal at a time, but you can also watch multiple video signals. So the one that we have on the screen right here right now is our 7-inch 2-channel monitor. We also offer a 7-inch quad view capable monitor where the driver can split the screen in one of 4 different ways to view the cameras however they'd like. And then we also offer it in a 9-inch monitor, again, quad screen capable, where the driver can split the screen to view it however they like. Now, in terms of camera options, Roster has close to 25 different cameras to choose from. We have ones like the one you see on the screen, which of course is designed for the side view mirrors that will hang off the bottom or the side of a side view mirror. We have stainless steel cameras like the one you see on the screen now. This unit has an infrared LED array, so it actually provides you that classic night vision, very good for low light settings. Again, it's stainless steel, and it has a manual folding lens cover where you can fold the lens cover down to actually protect the lens of the camera. We have a traditional unit right here, 250-8149. Again, LED infrared array. It's a hinge mount, surface mount style camera. And the unique thing about this one right here is that it's actually got a microphone built into it as well. So with the with the monitors that I showed a few seconds ago, each of those has speakers built into them. This camera can deliver audio to the monitors so the driver in the cab can actually hear what's going on around outside if they need to as well. And then we also have the 2 that you see on the screen right here. Again, these are just a couple of options, but these are kind of 2-in-1 products where you have a traditional flood beam LED work lamp with an actual CMOS color camera right in the middle of the lamp. So you kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone here, where you've got a light and a camera. And speaking of cameras, I wanted to finish off my portion of the conversation today by talking about the digital video recording systems that we offer. So the DVR systems that we offer are small boxes, modular units that install directly into the vehicle and allow you to connect up to 4 cameras to record video around the outside of the truck. These units work by recording video either to an SD card or using the USB port on the front of the device. You can actually record video directly to an external hard drive, providing nearly unlimited amounts of storage space. The unit itself comes with a locking mount, so once it's installed in the vehicle and locked, the fleet owner can hang on to the key and they don't have to worry about the driver ever having access to the DVR system. And then the system itself is offered sort of piecemeal, kind of like the camera systems that we offer, where if you want the capability of mapping the driver's route over GPS, we have a GPS antenna that you can attach to this. We have an event record button that the driver can press at any time when the vehicle is, or when the DVR is recording, to actually record something that has happened on the road and mark the video not to be overwritten. So this unit, let me actually grab it here. It's a small device. It just kind of fits right there in the palm of your hand. So it's very discreet, very easily mounts behind the dashboard of the vehicle. And with that, I wanted to open up to a Q&A session for the 4 products that we've spoken about.
Thanks, Bill. Before we go to the Q&A, let's do a quick walkthrough of the marketplace. Thank you again, Bill, for that insightful presentation.
Thank you.
So let me just start sharing my screen. Okay, so I put a URL in the chat box here, so you can take a look during this presentation or afterwards if you want to visit the Protective Marketplace. You'll see here on the home page, there's numerous categories to the left down here. We also have promotions right here that are spotlighted for some of our vendors on the marketplace. And then if you go past the categories, you'll see on the bottom here, there's a resources section. We have all of our past webinars posted here, and we'll also be posting a recording of today's webinar here as well, so be sure to look out for that. Now let's take a look at Voxx's solutions. So you can either find them by scrolling down the list of solutions here, or if you want to search by a specific category. Let's say I click on ADAS and camera here, you'll find the ones that we spoke about today that Bill spoke about, the blind spot detection here. We also have the trailer camera and the DVR solutions here. If you want to find the speed limiter, you can go under driver behavior and you'll see the Voxx vehicle speed limiter product here. So by clicking on one of these cards, you'll actually open up the full solution listing. Here, you'll see a quick overview up top here, a who it's for section. It'll tell you if it's compatible with your fleet size, your fleet segments, your vehicle classes. There's a longer description down here. We have a media carousel here with some video highlights and other media. We also have a feature and benefits section and a about us to learn more about Voxx Electronics. To get more information on Voxx Solutions and to speak to their team, you can click on the request info button up top here. It's a quick wizard where you can submit your contact and fleet info, and someone from their team will reach out to discuss your business needs. So there it is, a one-stop shop to find safety and risk management solutions to solve your fleet needs. Now, at this point, we'll wrap up with the Q&A. So let me see here. First question, this is probably for the Voxx team. For the speed limiter device, does the max speed threshold have to be configured per device, or is there any way to set the same threshold across all vehicles in my fleet?
Sure. So there would be one device in each vehicle. So if you had 5 vehicles, for example, we would set the speed to all 5 of those devices. So it would be programmed across your fleet.
Great, thank you. Another question here. We're interested in the blind spot detection system. Do you have pricing information, and can we install ourselves, or is there an additional price for that?
Sure. I'll leave the pricing conversation to Mike, but yes, the system itself is designed for DIY type customers as well as professional installers. We have, of course, a downloadable instruction on the Rostra website for this device, which might be helpful.
Yeah,
And
as far as pricing goes, I think we need to discuss how you guys want to handle that, Tom.
yeah, I was just going to mention the same. This one's from Alba. So for any price information, the best route will be just to click that request info button, and you can have a conversation with Mike and his team to discuss based on your needs, any pricing information there. Okay, and another question that's kind of in line with that, do you partner with any installer networks that we can use to install Voxx products on our fleet?
We have a pretty vast installer network, so we could typically always pair you with someone that's in your region.
Great. Okay, and the last question I'm seeing here is the DVR system compatible with most dash cam systems on the market?
The DVR system accepts video from practically any type of camera. So for example, if you have a freestanding dash camera only on your windshield, for example, we normally do have the adapters available to actually let you feed that video into our DVR module. So sure.
Great. So it looks like that's all the questions for today. So thank you everyone for joining today. Please visit the Protective Insurance Marketplace to look at Voxx's solution offerings and other solutions that can solve your safety and risk management needs. Thank you, Mike and Bill and Dave from the Voxx team today. And thank you, Harry, for sponsoring today's webinar. And thank you everyone for joining us today for another Spotlight webinar.